What's up, guys? So last week, and you need to check out that video, I spoke about stocks in Kenya, and I did say I'm gonna try and make more content for stocks because people are thinking that I don't make as much as I should for stocks. I make a lot on money market funds, treasury bills, how to invest, how to do what. I have lots of videos on my channel, guys. Some of you come and ask me questions about things I've done, so please try and check the videos we have in the channel before you come asking for more information, because it takes time to make these videos. It takes time and energy and money, guys. So I'm trying to help you, get your finances in order, but also try to help yourself by just going through my videos and seeing if I've spoken about whatever it is you're asking. Anyways, guys, let's get into it. We want to look at the best performing stocks in Kenya 2025. Which ones should you be investing in? A lot of people are now coming to me interested in stocks. I don't know why the new interest in stocks among Kenyans lately, and I think it's because people are trying to diversify their portfolios. People are also trying to get into a more risky investments that could mean higher returns, obviously. It could also mean that you lose money, so you just need to be aware of that. But anyways, let me not scare you away. Stocks have given people money. Stocks have made people rich. Stocks are good for investing. Stocks are a must-have in your portfolio. So any day I will say have stocks in your portfolio, even though right now we are seeing fire in the stock market as we speak. Trump has been busy doing all the wrong things the last few months since he assumed office. So he's been busy, imposing all these tariffs as we speak. This is the 15th of March today, and he's just threatened to, impose more tariffs on Canada, despite Canada retaliating with more tariffs, which is going to really affect consumers in the US. Sometimes I don't understand how these people are advised economically speaking. Of course, leadership is not about just thumping, and that's what's been happening lately in the global world, the global scene, I mean. We've seen, Trump coming in with all the tariffs, and it's like, hey, we want to protect America, America first, make America great again. And now he's imposing all these tariffs. I don't know if he understands the impact or if he's been told about the impacts. Obviously, he has been told. I don't know if he cares. That is his problem anyways. But these things are affecting us, including me. We're sitting here way far off from Trump, way miles away, not even interested in the okay, I know about the politics, not interested in any way, but it's affecting me and it's affecting you where you are. And so we're at a very interesting time when it comes to stocks. Stocks have been really crazy. The last few weeks have seen like a bloodbath in the stock market. We've lost almost 10%, in our portfolios. A stock that was doing really well in last December, you had made some good money, you're happy, Nvidia, Tesla, Google, Microsoft, Apple, all these nice companies who are making good money. Now we're like, ooh, negative. But that's part of investing. If you're not ready to experience that, don't come to stocks. Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. If you're not ready to experience proper volatility, then stocks is not for you. So even now that I'm going to be talking about the best performing stocks in Kenya, you need to know that when you go into stocks, you have to be ready. And I did a video recently on investing in stocks and what you need to consider, and especially in Kenya. I even said, do you want to really invest in stocks in Kenya? Sometimes I ask this question because there are alternatives in Kenya that could give you way better returns than stocks. So for you to go and look for that volatility, you should be aiming for a way better return. So there's no need going into stocks, deal with the volatility and the possibility of losing your money, and then at the end of the day, you still come out with nothing. And there are way better investments in the same country that could give you very good returns. I want to go through the list, look at some of the best performing stocks in 2025 for you in Kenya. If you want to buy these stocks, these are the stocks you need to be looking at. I'm going to be looking at different things. I'm looking at the performance, I'm looking at the valuation, I'm looking at profitability, income statement, cash flow, balance sheet. I'm looking at, the technicals around it as well. So this is not just about returns, it's about other factors as well that makes the stock a good one for you. Now, some of the best performing stocks in Kenya right now that you might be looking at. Guys, let's go. Number one on top of the list, we have East African Portland Cement Limited. I've talked about this stock so many times. This is what we call the non-energy minerals, right? That's the sector. The East African Portland Cement has done really well over time. It's been a very stable stock that you can buy in. This is for those who want to invest long term. If you're looking at, let's say, 1 year horizon or more, this is a good stock for you to buy or invest in. And it's still trading at a very good price at the moment. It's at 38 Kenya shillings, which is really good. 38, you can still buy a number of shares, guys. If you have 100,000 put in there, guys, you're good to go. But yeah, this is like the OG of stocks in Kenya right now. 1 year performance of 347% return. Crazy, guys, crazy. So yeah, you can look at that as well, and you get also a dividend yield, which I'll talk about in a different video. But yes, 347% is good return. And like I said, the price is at 38 Kenya shillings, right? 38 Kenya shillings per share, which is really good. So East African Portland Cement comes on top of that list. Then we have one that has been involved in some kind of drama lately, and funny enough, is KPLC, Kenya Power and Lighting Company. Of course, that's the utility sector. Remember, you always have to look at the sectors. You don't want to invest everything in one sector. So if anything happens, then everything goes down. You want to diversify. You want to look at different kinds of stocks, different kinds of sectors, sometimes even region, right? Their focus areas, even if it's in the same sector. What are they doing? What is making them stand out? What's making them grow? What's making them have that potential for future growth, especially if you're a long-term investor? Kenya Power, they were involved in some kind of drama whereby Sakaja decided to go and dump his garbage in front of their offices because of unpaid bills, and then they had this back and forth of like, who did wrong, who did what. Anyway, Kenya Power is one of those companies that nobody really likes in Kenya because sometimes they just end up messing up big time, right? But you know what? The stock is performing really well. Seems the guy is doing a good job. We're talking at 324% for 1 year performance, 1 year return, and we're looking at a price of 6 Kenya shillings, which is a very, very cheap stock. Very cheap stock. But of course, that's not a stock that you need to be careful of. Don't rush into KPLC. Don't rush into KPLC. I don't like things that are too leaned on the government, especially for a stock. It makes it very volatile. It makes it, one of those stocks that can come from zero to whatever, then from that place down here, because it just doesn't have proper foundational factors that makes it do well. It does do well based on a lot of political things, political factors. Then number 3, we have TransCentury Limited at 172%. That's the return for 1 year. 172% return for 1 year. It's trading at 1 Kenya shillings. That's a new stock. That's more like, I would say, that's like a penny stock. That's like a penny stock. Then we have Kenyan at number 4. That's 154%, right? Kenyan is trading at 5 Kenya shillings. Then we have Home Africa, 143%, 1 year performance at 0.78 Kenya shillings. Then we have East African Cables Limited at 129% at 2 Kenya shillings. We have I&M Holdings, I&M, 87%, 35 Kenya shillings per share. KCB Group, some of these are my best stocks. I&M Holdings, KCB, these are some of my top stocks, guys. KCB is at 86% 1 year performance. Of course, it's at 42 Kenya shillings. Then, funny enough, you won't expect it, but Uchumi has performed really well with the 70% return over the last 1 year, even though Uchumi went down with people's money and stayed there forever, right? These are some of the things that happen in Kenya with stocks that you have to be ready for. Like, the stock can just go from a very good stock into nothing completely, and then you stay at that level for a very long time before it actually recovers. And that's because of our political, socio-economic foundation, or I would say environment. It makes it very difficult for stocks to operate independently with factors that are logical. So many things happen that affect these stocks and how they perform. So even if the stock is a good stock, but political issues around it, some social issues around it would make it very difficult for the stock to rebound. So you sit there with your losses for years waiting for it to rebound, but it doesn't. Anyways, for those who want to trade some penny stocks, Uchumi is a penny stock now because it's just 0.34 Kenya shillings. Then we have East African Breweries that gave 60%. And then we have Diamond Trust Bank at 60% as well. Diamond Trust Bank is trading at 78 Kenya shillings per share, and East African Breweries at 185 Kenya shillings per share. Then we have Unga Group at 57% for 1 year performance, giving you a share at 23 Kenya shillings. Then we have Britam, 57%, giving you 7 for every share that you buy. So the rest of these are below 50% in 1 year return. But we have Stanchart, which is a very good bank. Centum Investments has done well in the last 1 year, but they've had a bit of issues, so I will be careful with that. CIC Insurance has been very stable at 42%. Absa Bank, of course, Absa, Liberty Kenya, Total Energies, that's at 35%. That's not a bad one. KQ has been terrible, of course. We know what's happening with it, but if you want to trade some cheap stocks, then you can trade that one. Longhorn Publishers, we have Umeme, we have Sanlam. Sanlam has done well as well. We have NCBA Group, we have Safaricom, 20% return. Imagine Safaricom came from 40. This is an example of what happens in our country. Safaricom came from 40 all the way to 17 Kenya shillings per share. That's why I say if you're investing in stocks in Kenya, you have to be very careful. But I fully believe in Safaricom. I fully believe that Safaricom will still get back to highs of 40, 50. It might take some time, but it will. Basically, looking at their fundamentals, they have the potential to rebound and take their share price quite high. So Safaricom is still a good investment. Plus, again, it's the communications company that we have in Kenya, the major one, that will give you that kind of money. So then we have Jubilee, we have Kabaseed, we have Cooperative Bank, Equity Bank, all these other banks, then we have Nairobi Securities Exchange. So yeah, looking at that list, basically the ones I mentioned top are some of the best performing. So if you're looking at some of the best performing stocks, then that's where you want to look at. Those are some of the companies you want to be looking into. I will do another video on the worst performing stocks. Then I should do a video on like penny stocks that you can easily trade in Kenya. Let me know what you want to listen to about stocks. Do you want to see their profitability? Do you want to see dividend payments? Do you want to see what their market cap is? Tell me what you want to see in the comment section below. But this is, just about the best performing stocks. So if you want to invest, maybe you want to look at some of the best performing stocks, because what you want is money, right? Let me know which ones you're buying in the comment section below. Until next time, I'm out.